What's up, boys and girls? This is SPITLOGIC, and I have another album review for you.
Makes no difference who you are.
The Seventh Sign is the latest album from DC Gudda. And like with any album review, I'm going to go over the beats, the quality, the lyrics, the theme, and the standouts. What makes this album unique, and should you get it? So let's start off with the beats.
I like to thank the Lord for blessing me. Don't stress consume me often. The devil want my soul, he can't have it. Therefore we warring.
So the beats on this album, they're okay. They are unique. You're not going to hear beats like this in too many places. I will say that I do enjoy the fact that this doesn't try to cater to the flavor of the month, to the industry standard of what rap music is supposed to sound like. The only downfall is that some of the beats do sound a little bit dated, but with that, they do complement the artist. And even when there are guest artists on the album, those beats do complement the entirety of the song. Again, they're different beats, and they not only cater to the artist, but they also cater to the subject matter that the artist is talking about. Quality on this album. I will say that I understand that this is an independent underground artist. So you're not going to receive the same backing, the same production support that you would if you were an established artist in the music industry. With that being said, the quality is decent. The quality is okay. There were some mixing choices that I didn't agree with. There were times where the beats did overwhelm the vocals and it was hard to understand the vocals. It has a more analog sound to it, not necessarily a more digital sound, even though clearly a lot of the beats were a combination of sounds and sound beds that were digitally created. So with that, I was wondering to myself, is it because of the way the production was done on the beats, or is it because of the mixing and possibly that the mic used or the recording used for the vocals, it just sounded like there was a lot being done to manipulate those vocals, and that took away from the quality of the album.
Creatures, skid your niece, chrome keeper, phone bleachers, kids stand but won't speak up. Radio playing they worse, I won't keep up. Every bar mumbling.
Lyrics on this album. I will say that the lyrics are pretty good. The artist's lyricism is very prominent here, and he tries to make that clear distinction, or he grays the distinction between the street life and the spiritual life. He is similar to the Avatar, where he is bridging the gap between those two worlds. I will say that the lyrics are very positive for the most part, and it also reaches a reality. It goes in deep with that reality, and I enjoyed the lyrics. I wasn't too keen on the delivery at some points. There were some lyrics that didn't hit me as hard as others, and then I don't think the guests that came on some of the other songs were as good as DC Gudda was. So that's one thing. But all in all, I really did enjoy those lyrics.
When you look in my eyes, tell me what do you see? How do you measure me? Crookle King.
Theme. What is this artist trying to say? Who is DC Gudda? When I'm listening to this album, it felt almost like a cross between Killer Mike and Killer Priest. And sometimes you get a little bit more Killer Mike than Killer Priest. Sometimes it goes a little bit towards Killer Priest, but I would say a little bit more Killer Mike. This is a street gospel. This is ghetto prophets. This is the poverty holy men who have a contradiction between who they are inside, the person that they were meant to be, the person that their lineage suggests that they are, and then the people that they have become because of what the world is. It is a narrative that isn't uncommon, but I don't think it's common enough. That when you talk about those of us who live in poverty, when you talk about black men and women, we come from a spiritual black background. We are the icons in almost every holy text that you read. And it's amazing to see people in the street right now, people who are living in poverty, who don't understand the magnitude and the greatness of what we are.
Shots from the king.
Standouts. What is it that stands out about this album? I think what DC Gudda did was that he made a good balance between the street narrative and the spiritual narrative. I think it was a little more street than spiritual, but he did make that attempt. It wasn't as technical as Killer Priest was, and then it wasn't as well expressed as Killer Mike does it, but he does do that, and he continues that tradition of understanding that poverty and suffering, you can find spirituality in it. I would like to see more from DC Gudda. I would like to see some future projects, and I would like to see the sound and his delivery and his message sharpen and evolve. I do believe that this artist is probably going to go places as more albums progress and as this individual progresses as a human being. So putting all those things into consideration, I come with a composite score of a 3.75. This was a pretty good album. I think I've heard better albums, but I really like what the artist is trying to convey. I would really like to see a lot more coming from him, and I would like to see other people who do different types of production get with this artist, help with the production, and give some more crispiness, to that sound bed that he's trying to develop. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? And until next time, I guess I'll talk to you later. Peace.